In this video, I'm going to talk about expanding your capacity, because in truth is, you're going to have to expand your capacity if you're going to take on the level and get to the level in business and life and everything else that you want to get to. Simple as that. I've found that myself. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Frankie Lee. I own contentremoval.com and I have the Frankie Lee podcast in the top 0.5% of the world. It's doing really well. And one thing I'll tell you that's been going on in my life the last 6 months is I now have 20 people underneath me, different teams for stuff, and that's probably expanded from like 2 or 3 in the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 months, right? So from last year. So I have a software team developing out the content removal into a software as a service platform to go on top of the agency model that we already have. I have 2 different content teams. I have one content team for my personal brand on Instagram that's handling that side of things, and I have one content team for the podcast. I have taken on a head of brand recently in the last month and a half. I now have another executive assistant, a new executive assistant has come on board that we've had to train and take on and take to a new level. And why do I tell you all this? Because I remember back in 2017 having a business that was just literally me, maybe a couple of VAs from, I can't remember exactly where they're from at the time, but anyway, I had a couple of VAs, offsiders. They weren't expensive, and I was running contentremoval.com. I had 3 clients. I was earning $500,000 Australian a year, and it was taking me less than 15 hours a week, and it was just the most beautiful business model I've ever had in my entire life. But I wanted more. I wanted to increase my capacity, and in life we all want to increase our capacity. We all want more. We all want to do more, be more, all this kind of stuff, and that's great. But what I want you to understand is when you start to require, you might have a goal of having a penthouse apartment. You might have a goal of doing this, doing that, whatever it is, whatever your goals are, as they expand, they require you to increase your capacity as a human to handle stress. Because over the last few months, the amount of stress that I feel in my life, because the production value since our production value was scaled up to the Tate podcast, and then we scaled it even higher again after the Tate podcast on my channel. So that's been a constant iteration. The personal brand content is getting better week over week over week. That's costing more money, that's costing more time, that's costing more effort, that's costing more energy, it's costing more capacity, right? The reason I'm telling you is because I want you guys to win at life. I really do. That's why I put out these videos, and I'm trying to give you my insights of how I control my internal dialogue, because what I've found is that over the last 5 months, I've wanted to quit more than ever so many times. I've wanted to jack in the podcast and knock that on the head. I've wanted to sack everyone on the team and just fuck it all off and be like, Joe, this is too much. I've wanted to bin the software idea because we've had development issues of getting around certain problems, certain things that are in my head, but we've just not found out ways in the past of bringing that into the build. But now we have and overcome that. And God, the universe, whatever you believe in, tests you to say, hey, you want to increase your capacity, you want more from your life, you want more from your way of being, so I'm going to test you now to see how much you want it, right? Business, life, whether it's in relationships, there's a real dip before our eyes, and that's never been more true in my life than right now. I've been through quite a number of little dips over the last couple of weeks where things have got really, really difficult, having to train and bring on new staff, new systems, new processes, all the stuff, because I required my life to raise to a different standard. So what was I expecting then? What was I expecting exactly when you raise your standard, when you raise what you want in your life? What is it exactly I'm expecting? I'm expecting it to be easier? No, exactly, right? But we all seem to get it in our head that it's going to be. You're told that if you take on more staff and this, that, and the other, you're told that life gets easier and it gets easier to run your business, run your life. You're told that's how it is. You're told that. Every fucking entrepreneurial wanker on Instagram is driving a Ferrari or driving a Lamborghini, making out they're working less hours, they're printing millions of dollars a month and all this, that, and the other, rocking around Dubai, Miami, and all these places where people are. And it's simply not the case. Like, as you scale and as you want more in your life, your capacity's got to increase. You're going to be working more. You're going to be putting in more time, more energy. I put in way more now. Way more. It's not even comparable now, what I put in now compared to in the past when I was earning $500,000 Australian dollars, sitting on the beach, going out on dates, being an absolute fucking rascal, you know, back in 2017. You know, my life now is like, I am in that apartment, I am working, I'm walking down here, I'm creating content, I'm checking over this, I'm checking over that, I'm making sure that this is straight, that's straight. It's just the requirement of self when you want more in your life is just mad. And you should want more in your life. You should always want more. But my question to you today is, are you truly willing to pay the price that you have to pay in order to have the success that you want, in order to have the money that you want, in order to have the business breakthroughs that you want, in order to have the most beautiful, articulate wife, woman, girlfriend, whatever you want in your life too? Man, if you're a woman watching this, like, are you willing to pay the price that you're going to be asked? Are you willing to sit in the dip and not quit on yourself in order to achieve that? Because a lot of you will say that you are, but we'll find out very fucking quickly when you're in the darkest, deepest depths of what I call hell, when you're in that little dip and you're like, you think there's no way out, you'll think to yourself, dude, fuck, I want to quit, I want to do this, I want to check out. You will have those moments, and you've got to have a deep understanding of why you fucking started it in the first place. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to get there and you're going to be like, do you know what, I'm checking out of this, this is it, and you go backwards. Your revenue goes backwards, your life goes backwards, your relationship goes south. You know, you start questioning if your dreams are actually your dreams. And I don't want that for you. And the reason I can speak into this better than most is because I'm very like straight down the line with what I say. And I tell you now, I've been to all those places. You know, I've had the shit life, working for money in England, swapping time for money. I've got into sales, I've made a bit of money, then I've set up my online business, I've had success. It was hard to get it, but when I got it, I've had the easy life too, earning dollars, sat on the beach. I've had that, I've lived that life, but it wasn't fulfilling for me. I realised there's more. I realised I needed more capacity. But when you require the capacity and when you ask yourself for the capacity that you say that you want, I just don't think that many people, myself included, understood what that meant. And there's levels to this game, especially with the podcasting that I'm going into and the levels that I'm going in podcasting. Like today, I fly to Miami, right? Because I realised the other day, as you'll see on this video, the video that I've already put out, this was my vision, but now Miami's my new vision. I want to go make it. I don't know half the answers to the questions of what's going to be asked of me to increase my capacity to succeed in an environment like that. I don't know, but I'll find the fucking answers out. I really will. I'll find the answers. I'll do what needs to be done and I'll get it done. And yeah, this video is just to remind you that at every level of the game, you're going to have to increase your capacity to stress, increase your capacity to want more, not give up on yourself, not quit, not back down. Understand that this is just a stress test before a rise. You've got all the ability and all the want, the need, the desire to do it. You just have to be willing to back yourself in times when it gets a little bit harder. And I'm excited because I'm like, when I feel moments of not anguish is the wrong word, I can't think of the word that I'm looking for right now, but when you feel times it's like, fucking hell, this is hard, this is a little bit hard, this is the test, this is, oh fucking hell, when you start to feel like that, when you start to feel a little bit of a needle, you know explicitly you're just about to break through and absolutely catapult to a new fucking timeline in your life, in your business, in everything, in your relationships. I want you guys to win. That's why I come out here and I do these videos. I do these videos, one, because they light me up. It allows me to get back into my creative flow. You know, when you sat on a podcast interviewing other people, that's great, but I just love to come and distill my thoughts on this raw channel. And it's just super easy for me because I just pick this Osmo camera up, I fucking put it on record and I start riffing away and it just flows out of me. And That's how life should be. You should be living within your creative spirit. You need something creative. So my advice and guidance is this, is if you're going through a time now where you're kind of being tested, ask yourself why you wanted that capacity in the first place. Remind yourself of why you wanted to increase your capacity, increase your reach, increase your business. Remind yourself of why, and that'll help you sit there in the pocket of the despair that you might feel in the moment and be able to go, do you know what, this is going to be all right, this is going to be okay. I can deal with this. I can deal with this because I want that capacity increase. And as always, guys, if you need my help, if you need my guidance, my mindset, anything like that, put into your business, into your life, if I can meet you where you're at, I'm telling you now, I'll take you to a whole different fucking level if you need it. The link's in the bio, the link's below. I'll give you some coaching, some mentoring. I'll walk you through it if you're struggling with this. No stress at all, but I just continue to come on here and give free value because I want you to win. And I want you to understand at a totally different level of the game what it takes to win and what you have to overcome to win. And I don't think I'm the greatest winner in the world, but I know something for sure. I always find a way, and I always back myself at a different level of the game. And all I want for you guys is to make sure that you do the same, because I want you to win. And as always, guys, much love.